Hi, welcome to you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I will be talking about basically the cancellation of debilitation. I have seen that many astrologers always blame debilitated planet. You have a debilitated planet in the ascendant. You are, or this, you shouldn't marry this person. This person has a debilitated Jupiter in the ascendant. The person will be very moralless. The person will be really crook. The person is fraud and not what. So I just want to put some light over it. Just tell me one thing. Saturn stays in a one particular sign for almost 2.5 years. 2.5 years. So if a Saturn comes in Aries, Saturn getting debilitation, right? Saturn because gets debilitated in Aries. So any person who is getting born in that period when Saturn was in Aries, so do you think that the person will don't have any schedules, the person will be facing problem regarding Saturn? And try to think the number of people must have born in that period, in that 2.5 years of period. Almost 500 million people get birth at every year. I don't know, not 500. I think it is somewhere around 10 million or 12 million people get born around every year. Jupiter gets debilitated in one particular sign for in Capricorn for 1 year. Okay, Jupiter gets debilitated in Capricorn for 1 year. So tell me one thing. Does any person who will be having Jupiter in the Capricorn, okay, that person, I think the people who have born in 1997, people who have born in 1997, do you think those people will be highly, highly uneducated? The people will not be having any patience. Every person is idiot. Every person not doing good with academics. Every person having a problem with their marital issues. Peace, don't have peace at home, and other things, issues with the pregnancy and all. Obviously not. It will not be there. And the reasoning behind that, which other sources gives that, oh, that person has a better lagna lord, that's why he's not having this problem and that problem. Man, I'm not talking about the whole chart. First, you please be clear about the one particular placement, whether this planet is debilitated or not. Okay. So I want to put some light on it and I want to show to you that how debilitation of any planet can get cancelled. So let's go. So I have wrote this article, just 1 day ago. So this is basically the cancellation of debilitation, which is also called as Neech Bhanga Raja Yoga. Okay. And I have see so basically what here is in the classical text like Phaladipika in chapter 7, Shlok 26. It is mentioned that if the planet is debilitated at birth, then the cancellation actually happens when if the dispositor means if Saturn is setting into the Aries is ruled by the Mars. Okay, so the Mars basically will be dispositor of Saturn. Okay, so we will say that here, if the dispositor of debilitated planet is in Kendra, that means 1, 4, 7, 10th house from the Lagna or from the moon sign. Okay, if the dispositor of debilitated planet is in Kendra from Lagna or the moon, that cancellation of debilitations occur. If the exalted Rashi Lord of this debilitated planet, so who is the exalted Rashi Lord? First tell me which is the exalted Rashi for the Saturn. Exalted Rashi for the Saturn is Libra. Who is the exalted Rashi Lord? It will be Venus. So if Venus, okay, is in Kendra 1, 4, 7, 10 from the Lagna or the moon, okay, then still the cancellation of debilitation will happen. If the debilitated planet is sitting with the exalted planet or own sign planet, so just suppose if Saturn is sitting in the Aries, either with the Sun, which is exalted planet, or either with the Mars, which is like own sign planet for the Aries, then also the cancellation of debilitation will happen. Okay, all of these are the points mentioned in the classical text, but in my tradition, position of dispositor of the debilitated planet in Navamsha holds a very important role. That means if Saturn is into Aries and Mars is getting exalted in the Navamsha, Okay, then we also can consider that it is a cancellation of debilitation. For example, if you have a moon in Scorpio, Mars is not fulfilling the first, second, and the third rule, then you should see the fourth condition. Sorry for my typo here. This is like the fourth condition, right? Uh, for the fourth condition mentioned above, that if Mars is exalted in Navamsha, then the debilitation of moon will get cancelled. Okay. So I will show you charts. There are the two rules for the cancellation of debilitation is if the lord of exalted sign of debilitated planet and the dispositor of debilitated planet are in Kendra to each other, then also cancellation of debilitation occurs. That means if Saturn is into Aries, okay, and Mars and Venus, they are Kendra to each other. That means they are sitting 1, 4, 7, 10 position from each other. Then we will say that yes, it is a cancellation of debilitation. If the dispositor of the debilitated planet is aspecting this debilitated planet, basically means the planet aspecting its own Rashi. So basically, if Saturn is into Aries and Mars, this Saturn is aspected by the Mars. So basically Mars is aspecting its own Rashi. Then also cancellation of debilitation occurs. Okay. But let me tell you one thing. When the cancellation of debilitation happen, it doesn't mean the planet is not debilitated. Planet is debilitated, but after a particular point of time in the life, it will not give you the result of debilitation. Okay, so let me tell you one thing. So if we see in the chart of Bill Gates also, and in the chart of Albert Einstein also. Let me open the chart of Albert Einstein first. Yeah. So here it is. Let me share it with you. This is the chart of Albert Einstein. So if you see the Lagna Lord Mercury is debilitated in the 10th sign. Okay, which means Mercury represents your communication, Mercury represents your academics, Mercury represents your mathematical power. Even the Saturn also represents with the Mercury that how you are good into the maths, your computation, and all of those things. And we know that Albert Einstein was a very good in the maths and other subjects. But if you actually read about the Albert Einstein, you will always find that till the age of like 6 or 6.5 years, he was not speaking up. Okay, he was not able to speak. So his parents were really worried about him that I think our child is mute. He don't know how to speak, or like he's not able to speak. But after that age, because which is very I think this is a point to worry for the parents, because if your kid is not speaking up till the age of 6.5, it is a huge problem for the parents, right? So you can see here, like problem with the communication was there, but after a one particular time, the cancellation of debilitation occurred, and after that he was unstoppable in the academics. He was unstoppable even in his academic career. Okay, so that is just because of the Mercury. Okay, because Mercury is sitting with the exalted planet Venus here. Okay, so that's why this cancellation is happening here. And if you see, moon is also getting debilitation here, but again moon dispositor Mars is exalted in the chart. So we will say that that moon is also getting cancellation of debilitation, right? And we know that like moon is ruling the fourth house, right? Fourth house is related with your money, and he was a wealthy rich guy. He was not like a, he was a rich guy. He was a very respected person in the society in terms of physics, in terms of maths. So you can see that there was no problem regarding the second house there. Okay. Oh, although if you see, as I have told, that first, the problem regarding the cancellation will come into your life, but then after that, it will get cancelled, or you will get the benefic results from that positions also. So if you see in the life of Albert Einstein, okay, what I remember, he has to leave his family and he has to live with his paternal aunt, so that is basically Bua in India. So he has to live with his paternal aunt, and he has to leave his mom, which I remember, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, he has a separation from his family. Second house represents your family. Ketu is also sitting there. Ketu is a planet of for the signifying separation. Okay, so that's how it happened. So first, you will definitely get the results of the debilitation, but after one particular of time, you will not get those results. Okay, and even it can give you the great power regarding that particular planet. So that's why it is called as Neech Bhang Raj Yoga. Okay. Also remember that for being a Raj Yoga, it should have also some other conditions. It should be connected with the Raj Yoga conditions. But even if that is not happening, you can always consider as the cancellation of debilitation, but don't expect it like the exalted planet. Always remember it. There is a difference between the exalted planet and the cancellation planet, which is, oh, sorry, debilitated planet, which is debilitated planet doesn't have any morals, and exalted planets always have morals. So there's a difference between the morals. That's why the person who will be having the Jupiter, debilitated Jupiter in the ascendant, okay, that person actually can do the cheating. The person, we cannot say that the person will be highly moralless. Okay, we can say that the person, if will get the chance, will try to do the bribe in his job or something. But the person who will be the exalted Jupiter in the ascendant, the person will be like, I will not take the bribe, doesn't matter if all the whole organization try to harass me. So it is more about the moral and moralist. But yes, definitely the cancer. If Saturn is getting exalted in the Jupiter case, Jupiter is sitting in the ascendant. Okay, and Jupiter dispositor will be the Saturn. If Saturn is exalted in the Navamsha or either that, even the cancellation will happen. If Saturn is sitting in the 1, 4, 7, 10 from the Lagna, from the moon, cancellation will happen. So you need to see according to it. Okay. Just remember these rules and don't worry about the debilitated planets. Even in the Gemini astrology, debilitated planets, uh, they are marked or they are regarded as that they are a money giving planets. Okay. But yes, they have a terms and conditions too, which I will explain in, I think, some other class or some other video. Okay. So that's all from my side for today. Always remember that how debilitated planets, their debilitation actually get cancelled.